battle for the Heartland Trophy. More importantly, a very important battle in this tightly contested Big Ten West Division race as the Wisconsin Badgers hosted the Iowa Hawkeyes on Saturday at Camp Randall Stadium. We'll check out some of the highlights from homecoming day in Madison. We'll also hear from Badgers running back Ches Malusi. He has been a very valuable transfer from the Clemson Tigers, helping out that running back room in a big way. And we'll have our weekly conversation with head coach Paul Chryst. All coming up on today's edition of the Badgers Sports Report. 3rd and 1 from the Iowa 4-yard line. Backs off set. Play kind of the tight end motions left to right. Hand off, or play fake rather. Mertz throws in zone. Ferguson back line. Got it. Touchdown Wisconsin. Beautifully executed. Graham Mertz off the play fake. Finds Jake Ferguson, and the Badgers take a 6-0 lead. Tyler Goodson is the running back. Chryst drops to throw for him, and rush it. Down he goes. Isaiah Mullins getting to Chryst. Chanel there to make sure as Chryst taken down at the 14-yard line of Iowa, loss of 7. 3rd and 17 for the Hawkeyes at their own 14-yard line. 3 receivers right, 1 on the left. Snap to Chryst. Badgers bringing 3. Here comes Herbert. He knocked it loose inside the 10, and the Badgers will pounce. Wisconsin football, and it's Keanu Benton coming up with it for the Badgers.
What a tremendous play by Nick Herbert.
High backs on 2nd down and 9. Iowa at its own 2-yard line. Sam Laporta, the tight end, motions into the backfield. Chryst hands to Kelly Martin, and he runs right into Benton. Ball popped out again, and the Badgers have it. Noah Burks digs it out of there. 1st and goal, part 2 for the Wisconsin Badgers. More momentum here in this 3rd quarter. Laporta motions left to right. Chryst will hand it to Goodson. Hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down by Leo Chanel. Another tackle for loss from the Badgers linebacker. 1st and 10. Padilla gets the snap, drops the throw, fires to the right. That's caught by Nico Reganey, and he gets drilled by Noah Burks at the 21-yard line. Here we go, 3rd down and 7. Hawkeyes at their 18-yard line, back to throw. Padilla under pressure, down he goes, and it's Noah Burks right on cue.
Just a great move inside, set up his tackle, slid inside, made the play, got into the backfield, brought him down. Rarely do you see a hat trick on 3 plays. Burks just did it all.
Play fake Mertz, back to throw, lines up. He's a deep right side. DK got it. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Met behind the line of scrimmage and thrown down by Leo Chanel. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Kendrick Pryor. Mertz floats it deep left side. Dropped it in the bucket. There is a big, big win for the Wisconsin Badgers.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is presented by UW Health, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com.
When you've been injured, you need the hometown team on your side. Trust us to get you back in the game. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Hard work, sweat, knowledge in your own 2 hands. These are the tools that build Wisconsin. Leave your mark on the real world with 0 debt and higher pay. All from day 1. It's time to do work that works for you. Learn more at buildingwisconsintogether.com.
On this game day, Good Foods Guacamole would like to salute all you players, no matter what you seem to be playing. You, sir, are a winner. You, ma'am, triumphant, and thumbs up to whatever it is you're doing. So let's hoist a guac-laden chip to all you players out there. Good Foods Guac, made from the freshest avocado and the cleanest ingredients. So here's to all the players and whatever game it is they're trying to play. Game day is Guac Day. Good Foods Guac.
Injured? You need a team you can trust. Call Gruber Law Offices today, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
You got to take this college football season one week at a time, and that was the message coming in was, hey, no one cares that we beat Purdue last week. It's on to Iowa this week. You know, we knew it was going to be a physical game. We wanted to be the more physical team, and I think we showed that today.
Defense, I feel like we pride ourselves in our physicality, and I feel like staying physical with them, even though I would say they're a physical team, staying physical with them and being more physical than them the whole game set the tone.
I felt like when the defense was definitely giving us a bunch of chances in the first couple of games this season, but now we're finally executing, putting points on the board. So I definitely think we are playing complementary football.
Coming into each game, you know, guys having confidence in the huddle as a group, you know, everybody being together as one, you know, there's no division, everybody's in it together. And I think we've been playing really good complementary football. I think the defense has been setting us up in really good situations, and I think we've been running the ball well and passing when we absolutely need to.
Nothing worse than an empty trophy case. Huge game. Getting a trophy back in the case is awesome. I know we always call it the pig, even though it's a bull, so it's kind of fun that we have, but man, it's everything just to have that back in the trophy case.
For us, it's every game is the next big one, and we never try to get too hyped. We play Iowa every year. We know how they play. We knew it was going to be a physical game, so we knew what we had to do. We knew it was a big game that a lot of people are labeling, but we were ready to go. It was fun to do that, and then moving forward, like I said, just got to do it again.
We're getting back to playing Wisconsin football, something that we've thrived at in the past, and I think sometimes we not necessarily try to do too much, but just change things. They're a little out of character for us, but getting back to where we've been really helps us for sure on offense.
We're blessed with the second opportunity. We just got to take advantage of it by playing it week by week. We got to have tunnel vision on the next game, not worrying about anything else. And we can't get caught up in what we did in the past. Just focus on it game by game.
Honestly, I don't think much. It's a win. Another win for us, and it's got to feel good. We've been scratching, clawing, and grinding. And, our motto every week is do it again, so I think we came out here, do it again, and, it feels good.
Early on, we were struggling, not getting it going, and I think now we're starting to find our stride a little bit, but it doesn't, you got to keep doing it. It doesn't matter. We did it, yeah, great. We got to do it again next week, do it again, any chance we get, and take advantage of the opportunities.
I think the do it again mentality is, not getting satisfied with success. And when you're not satisfied with success, that creates consistency. And, it's simple. It's a simple quote, and it's a simple message, but it goes a long way. And as you can see, it's going a long way for this team right now. So I love
it. We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEABenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.
During the basketball season, through the years, we would talk about the importance of scout team players. We probably haven't done that nearly enough with football because the role is still very huge, and it's been the case again this season, particularly when you think of the variety of styles of play that the Badgers have faced. And with that as a setup, we bring in head coach Paul Chryst. And I know, Paul, after the Army game, there were some players, and Colin Wilder stands out right away, who posted on social media about, they don't win that game without what Max Lofi was doing as a scout team quarterback, what Marty Stry, who's a linebacker but was a tight end that week. Those are they're the unsung roles to those of us outside the program, but high meaning for you and everybody else inside.
Huge meaning, huge value, and you take a look at it, and we've got some really talented young players, and it's a great opportunity. We've had that. We've had a couple weeks where felt like really great pass rushers, and we've got some young outside linebackers, and they've done a great job of mimicking not just what they're going to do, but just the effort that they give. And I think it's also really important, and you almost want to say it's such a valuable part to their own individual growth, and the respect that they can earn and the contribution they can make. And that's why we talk about it. Everyone can truly impact this team. And so many of them are ones that no one else knows about. But if you go in the locker room, if you go to practice, everyone knows the importance and the value of it. And you see it show up in our special teams work, our young defensive players giving looks for the offense. Same we said for young offensive players for the defense. And sometimes, like you said, Max Lofi's going to flip over. Marty Stray's going to flip over, and that's pretty cool. It's guys that will do anything for this team, and that's recognized.
Probably asked this in the past, and I know with basketball we have too, with guys who are on the scout team. When you get to this stage of the season, if you allow it, it can be a real grinder, and not always in the best way. But maybe you and your assistants as a staff, you learn a lot about guys and who remains all in as you get to this stage.
Oh, you absolutely do, and I think that and the other players recognize it too, and they've all, or many of them, have lived that journey. And I think we also try to do a nice job in the strength and conditioning and kind of some of our developmental lifts, which those guys are a part of, that where you still keep that energy and you keep that focus. And then it's interesting. We were talking about this too. If you go back and take a look at kind of we'd have you take your all-time team and all-time players that have been around, and you know how they were as scout teamers, and you say they're the same person. They were just honing their craft back then. And I think that's important. You try to share those messages, but who you are will come out in how you play. And I think whether you're a starter and impacting a ton, or if you're just starting this journey as a scout teamer, you will be noticed. And then you do it consistently, you'll be consistently noticed, and that's how the respect, and that's how you earn the opportunities whenever it may come. There's times when you take a guy from scout team in the middle of the year, we're banged up here, or else a guy's kind of on the edge, but he wants to get more reps, so I'm going to get some reps on the scout team. And they're out there, and it's an opportunity that you can take great advantage of.
Yeah, for every Jonathan Taylor, there are many others who maybe have to take that more challenging path, right?
JT, that's truly the exception. Everyone else takes it, and that's a good part of their natural growth.
Well, we were talking about this on your radio show recently. A couple of players stand out, a couple among many, as you say. Ryan Ramczyk, who was going through the transfer year. On one side, he's not bad. J.J. Watt, who had transferred, not bad, but they had to do the scout team thing, right? Because you couldn't, when you transferred, you weren't going to play right away in those days, way back when. So they had to be out there every day grinding.
They had to, and I think for both of them in different ways. We had, when Ram was going through it, and we had a really good set of outside linebackers, and here he is coming from Division III football, and maybe there's a little bit in his mind on what it's like, and he's going up against the best every day. And what was neat was our guys were saying, like, nothing like practice. The game, there's not one tackle we face that's like Ram. And I remember being here with JJ, and we had a good offensive line and the battles that they would have. And I think that also gave JJ confidence, and certainly gives those they're going against confidence, because they recognize how good they can be. And those are two great examples. But you're right, they're across the board, and that's what's fun when you can go back and you look and and you realize, who they were on the scout team, it's not that hard to see who they've become as a starter.
Is it an exaggeration, maybe it isn't, to say it's the essence of the program? Sure, you'd love to have a lot of JTs, right? But that's not realistic for the overwhelming majority of programs. But those guys who accept the role, embrace the role, this is how we have to do this for year one, maybe this is my role. Year 2, year 3, things change.
I think it's a big part of it, and I think that it's a reflection too of who you are as a person. Are you humble enough to accept whatever role that is needed for the team? Are you hungry enough to work every day and keep going? And that's truly, I think, where you build a great, solid foundation. And we've been fortunate. There are some exceptions, but for the most part, they're guys that all kind of have that journey, and they journey with each other too. And you talk about it all the time, and you hear them talk about it. Remember when we were on scout team together, and whether it's a group of offensive linemen, maybe a group of linebackers or DBs, whatever that may be, and it's there's a lot that comes out of this so positive that I think everyone wants to come in and play right away, but I don't know if it's best for everyone.
You think of the value of that as you look just on, from the offensive teams that the Badgers have played. Army with the triple option, Purdue a team that was going to throw it a lot, and an Iowa team that tries to do a little bit of both. It's maybe a no frills, but very effective with what they do through the years. The value of those scout teamers off the charts. We'll take a break. We have more to come as we continue with the Badgers Sports Report.
Compeer Financial has always been there for our clients and communities in any situation. And our support continues today as our clients work relentlessly to feed, clothe, and fuel the world. Compeer is proud to continue our strong commitment to our clients, the rural communities where they live, and to agriculture. We're here to help meet the financial needs of rural America. And we'll navigate through this together.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Well, the Badgers have an impressive running back room. You can ask some certain teams that have already faced guys like, at times an Isaac Garendo, a Braylon Allen, and now Chez Mellusi, he's like the seasoned vet now. We mentioned the transfer from Clemson, but that's all in the past. And Chez, as we continue to learn about you, one of the things that I think has gone, whoa, and I'm thinking back to the Illinois game, because we know you can run. We know you've put up really good games already here. But the power, it's like you were bringing it. I imagine you pride yourself on that. You can make guys miss, or you can make guys feel it, which you were doing against Illinois the other day.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wanted to change it up a little bit. I definitely wanted to show that, not just for me, but just for everyone that, I'm not just one-dimensional. I can do it both. So that was kind of big for me.
This has been something where, you came here to get a heavier workload, which you have done. How's the body been able to respond to that? Because you've been having big days, 20 plus carries on multiple occasions already.
It's definitely different than obviously what I was used to, and it's definitely, my routine has changed a lot, obviously, to make sure my body is definitely in great shape for Saturday. So like I said, my routine has changed, and I definitely have to stick to it, make sure my body's right.
I remember talking to you during camp. You're new to the program, but you're a veteran guy, the most experienced running back in the room, in the tailback room. I would imagine, did you kind of consider yourself as being a leader of these guys when you first came in? Is that fair to say?
Most definitely. I mean, I'm not the oldest in the room. I'm still pretty young considering I just turned 20. But it was just one of those things where I have seen a lot of football. I've been in college for a little while, so I definitely presented myself as a leader coming in.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that you're like a young veteran,
basically.
Right? Has it been what you thought here? So just everything, your teammates, and just the culture here. I mean, it was a process when you decided to come here. Has it been what you thought?
Definitely. I think that obviously we didn't start the way we wanted to start, and it's new. And I think that in a weird way, it made a lot of us closer as a team because when things don't go your way, people tend to, get apart from each other. And when things are going your way, everyone, it's easy. So when things get hard, it kind of brings everyone together.
Is that, speaking back to your last stop, I would imagine that happened maybe at Clemson a little bit, right? That's the game at Notre Dame, and which probably shocked a lot of people, right? Because people start taking winning for granted. But in some ways, you obviously want to win every game, but when you don't, did you have a similar kind of pull in the right direction at Clemson as well?
Definitely. And like I said, winning is great. Everyone wants to win, but you learn a lot more from losing. No one wants to lose. I hate losing. I don't lose. I'm not used to losing. It eats at me, and I don't like it at all. But in a crazy way, you get to take away a lot from it.
It's an interesting running back room, and as we speak, Isaac Arendo's getting himself back into health. Braylon Allen has opened some eyes. What do you like about those guys? Brady Shipper as well. What do you like about those guys in the running back room?
First off, I think me and Braylon are definitely, we complement each other very well. I think a lot of people saw that in Illinois, and I think that continuing on, we set the standard in Illinois, and I think that we have to continue to do that. And Isaac, when he's on the field, when he gets healthy, he needs to get healthy. He's a change of pace. He's the fastest dude on our football team. Mm-hmm. So I'm just excited for him to get back. And Brady's the lifeline basically in the room. I'm not gonna lie, when I don't know an answer to a question, I'm looking at Brady like this because Brady knows everything. So I'm very excited. I'm very fortunate to have those guys in the room with me.
Yeah, it's important to say that because Brady he's a local guy from Stoughton, Wisconsin. Fans see him a little bit, but everybody needs a glue guy, and maybe he's that guy, right?
Yeah, Brady's the lifeline for me. When I don't know something or I need to ask a question, I'm asking Brady easily.
You guys have had some games, and again, I keep referencing the Illinois game where you guys just went pounding away early. Can you get a sense in the huddle, Ches, even the first possession, okay, these guys mean business. Can you get a sense that you could have a pretty good day running the ball, not just you, but whoever is carrying the ball, working behind that offensive line?
Definitely. I think the first couple of plays definitely dictate, for me at least, how I think the game is going to go. And if I can feel it, I definitely think that everyone's going to have a good day.
What's Coach Brown like, Gary Brown? I know the head coach, Paul Chryst, has really given him a lot of high praise. What's it like for you working with him every day?
I would give him even more high praise because, everything that I've accomplished here, I've had a lot of great coaches in the past, but I think that he's definitely elevated my game, and he's definitely pushed me to places that I don't think I would have gone without him.
You don't have to do it, but does it help you when here's a guy who's been in the league? Obviously he played the position, he played college football, he coached in the NFL. Is that instant credibility when a guy like that walks in the room?
Most definitely. I think that, especially who he's coached and what they've done in the league as well, I think that when he speaks about a certain thing, or even when he's when I coach, Ezekiel Elliott, for example, it's laser focus. I'm Ezekiel Elliott, and because he's accomplished what he's accomplished, it's just automatic credibility, like you said.
Final one for you, and you may have partially answered it. Who do you like watching? If it's Ezekiel Elliott, or if you're able to kick back a little bit on Sunday afternoon, who do you like watching run the ball?
Probably Alvin Kamara the most out of all the backs, just because he's just so versatile. But I like watching football, so whatever back is having the best day, I just like watching. So
yeah, and you're the every down guy, right? Because you see yourself in that role, obviously. You can catch the ball, you'll protect, you do all that. You take a lot of pride in that, don't you?
Most definitely.
All right, that is Ches Malusi, a big part of this running back room for the University of Wisconsin. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
Hard work, sweat, knowledge in your own two hands. These are the tools that build Wisconsin. Leave your mark on the real world with zero debt and higher pay. All from day one. It's time to do work that works for you. Learn more at buildingwisconsintogether.com.
On this game day, Good Foods Guacamole would like to salute all you players, no matter what you seem to be playing. You, sir, are a winner. You, ma'am, triumphant, and thumbs up to whatever it is you're doing. So let's hoist a guac-laden chip to all you players out there. Good Foods Guac, made from the freshest avocado and the cleanest ingredients. So here's to all the players and whatever game it is they're trying to play. Game day is Guac Day. Good Foods Guac.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is presented by UW Health, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com.
We thank Ches Malusi for joining us. The Badgers hit the road this Saturday out to Piscataway. Been a while, but they make the trip to take on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. We'll have the highlights and more next week. Thanks for watching.
This has been a presentation from Learfield.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEABenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.